Hi, just thought I'd show you how I put together my medicine doll bundles. And so this is a medicine doll that I've made up to show you how this particular template can work. I mean, obviously you don't have to do it anything like mine, but using a shape like this, which can then be sewn together, two halves sewn together, use some K-pop stuffing, and you'll end up with a shape to work with that looks like this. I've added on the arms. You don't have to have arms, but I've added on arms by just rolling some fabric. Yeah. So what you would get in your bundle is firstly the stuffing. Then you would get a template, 2 pieces of fabric. This one with instructions. So basically you can see you just have to cut out around that shape on both pieces of fabric and then put them together, pin them, and sew just inside the lines around the body, coming back but leaving an opening at the bottom so that you can put your stuffing in. You would then also be given a face that I've made from clay and painted. I'll try and get that. And you can see on this one how, a bit of hair, a bit of wool will transform the face from just what looks like a boring little face maybe into something really bringing the whole thing to life. What else? So then I've got the fabric. So I've got just a huge number of fabrics, as you can see, all different colours. And what I do is I tend to just randomly select some fabrics that work together. So for example, here I've got a sort of an olivey green, sort of quite a big bit that could be used as addressing the whole body, if you like, and then some smaller pieces that kind of you could use to pick out maybe a headdress or an apron or a skirt, and then some detailed embroidery pieces, some trimmings, and just some different pieces to work with that you might like to make up your own dress, if you like. And I include enough, you could even probably make 2 dolls out of the fabrics that I give you here. I do only include 1 template, but once you've got 1 template, you can always, trace it out onto a piece of paper and use it again. So yeah, or I've got kind of like golds here, yellows, golds, some nice trimmings, some shiny fabrics, some matte fabric, some trimming, some linen pieces. Or, I also have some brights here, that I would mix and match with, a little bit of brights with some complementary plain fabric as well, so it's not all a muddly mixture of bright patterns. So I'm very careful about how I selectively choose the fabrics and trimmings. And then the other thing that I might include is maybe a bit of, is a bit of faux fur, and you wouldn't get that much. You would just get a small amount that you could use as a trim round a collar, or for hair, or for a scarf, or a bottom of a dress or something. So you'd probably have a small amount like that, or maybe a bit bigger, or maybe a lengthways bit. I have some herbs which are grown in my garden. I've got mugwort, wormwood, some lavender, and I put a few of those into a little pouch, and then either you can use that pouch to attach it to your medicine doll, or you could make a different pouch out of a piece of leather, and I might include some leather in with that. And for the hair, I would include some wool that goes with whatever colorways I'm working on. Now, it's very difficult for me to sort all these out and then list them as certain kinds of fabrics, because it just takes too long to upload all the photographs and for individual bundles. So what I do is I bundle up some really nice selection of fabrics, put them in a bag, and intuitively pick when an order comes in which one the client would like. And I think you'd be happy with whatever you get. I mean, you might have a preference for certain colorways, but I think, when you're working like this with medicine dolls, whatever comes to you is what is needed. So I also have sort of blacks and greys and things. So if, for example, you're a pink person and oh, Rafi, you get a bundle of blacks and greys, well, maybe that signifies you to maybe look at some dark shadows or some goddesses that work in the dark or something like that. So yeah, I think we just have to accept what it is that comes to us, rather than trying to control the outcome, I think. Okay, so the other thing I would include is one of my leaflets, which tells you about medicine dolls, and some instructions on the back for how to set up your sacred space and how to charge them, and just roughly how to make them. Obviously I don't want to give too many instructions, otherwise it's not your medicine doll, it's my medicine doll. And then I would put the fabrics into these little pouches that I've made. Each one has a different symbol on them, and they're intended again to be picked out randomly, and for the symbol to maybe speak to you in some way or other. And they're all different. And as I say, I can't list each one separately, but I think, whatever comes to you will be the right thing. So yeah, if you're interested in purchasing one of my medicine doll bundles, send me a DM, or send me an email, and let me know. I'm pricing them at £35 each, plus post and packing, which can be quite expensive. And unfortunately, I can't send to America or Canada because of restrictions on all sorts of stuff. If I included some feathers and things, they can't go. That the plants can't go. I can't include leather. It's madness, I know. And it seems that they only want big businesses to export to, or for America to import things. So I'm not even going to go down that route. So I can only send to America. Sorry, I can only send to the UK or Europe at this point. Maybe things will change at some point. Okay, there you go. I'll bundle one up now and you can see what goes into it and what it is you would be getting in the post. Okay. So I'll just show you what I'd put in a bundle if I was sending it out to you. I've got a little pouch of herbs, mugwort, lavender, and a bit of wormwood in a little bag here. They wouldn't necessarily be all or just those. I mean, I've got rosemary and whatever else I have in the garden, really. So just a bundle of nice herbs that you can either put inside the body of your doll, or you can make a little pouch and sew it onto the outside of her. So I've got a good selection of fabrics here. You know, I might add a few other things as well, but you know, there's always going to be more than enough for one doll, probably two dolls out of this. And some hair, some wool for hair. So I put these in the bag. A face, the herbs, the stuffing, and the template, which yeah, so that would need to be two templates that need to be cut out and sewn and stuffed. So you might need to give those an iron when you get them, as they get a bit crushed in the bag. So I'll put those in as well. And there you have your bundle, along with one of my leaflets, and that would be popped into the post for you, and you would get it, you know, pretty quickly. I probably look at about 3 or 4 days to get something into the post for you, and then however long Royal Mail takes to ship it out. And as I said before, unfortunately I can't send to America or Canada. I'm only sending it to the UK and Europe at the moment. Post and packing would be around about £5, which I will have to check. I know that is for the UK, but I don't know how much it would be for Europe. I haven't checked that yet. But so £35 for the bundle plus whatever post and packing. Yeah, so I think that's a. They also make really nice gifts. If you have a friend that would like to make her own medicine doll or his own medicine doll, they do make lovely gifts like that. Okay, ciao for now.